Good morning. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a great morning so far. Sorry I was changing the volume of the music because now that I put my mic higher, you can't hear the music anymore. And I actually like the music, even though I can't hear it. But when I have to go back and watch certain parts for replays, I do like hearing it. But good morning. We are finishing up some medium impact news. We do have low impact news coming at 9:30. Oh, Apple Jacks. Good morning. That must mean you missed me. Good morning. Good morning. How's trading going this morning? How was yesterday? I actually went at like 2 o'clock this morning. So first of all, I was exhausted from jury duty. So much so that I came home, ate, showered, and went straight to sleep. Like, didn't pass go, didn't collect $200. I went straight to sleep, and I did not wake up until like 11:30. So that, of course, caused me to be awake all night. But I did go in at like 2 this morning to look at the price action from yesterday, just go through the charts really quickly. I didn't like write my trades down or nothing because I just wanted to go through it quickly. I mainly was looking at each setup. I just drew the risk to reward on each trade so that when I go back and actually journal it, I'll already have everything done. But I wanted to see if there were any losses that would have occurred yesterday, so that I can look to see if there's, something that I could possibly adjust. But yesterday actually was no losses, so then I went to sleep after that. Good morning, Mario. How are you this morning? Yesterday was trash. Today, the gods like me. Oh, that must mean we got a good trade on that one trade today. So that means when I tell y'all, I understand that jury duty is our civic duty, and I'm okay with, the one day of jury duty they call you in, but baby, grand jury. I can't talk about my experience at the moment, but just know that I heard, I think, 20 cases yesterday in like 4.5 hours. And that was a light day considering the first part of the day was like orientation, basically. Yeah. 12. Yeah. That was that. That's all I can say is That was a lot. And actually, to be honest with you, the actual hearing of the cases was not my issue. Like, I loved that part. I don't know if I ever told you guys, but I used to want to be a detective. But when I heard that you had to be a police officer first, well, no. So that part was great. So there's a difference between like preliminary hearing type of grand jury and like a grand jury when you're at the actual circuit court to hear trials. I'm not part of the like circuit court part of the trials. I'm part of like the preliminary hearing part. So basically our job as jurors is to say whether or not we think that they have probable cause. So the lawyer comes in with a witness. Usually the witness is the police officer or a detective that was on the scene, and we just listen to their account of the situation. We listen to the lawyer tell us what evidence they have, and then we all vote. After they've done their part, they leave out of the room because the vote is confidential. And so as long as 9 out of 12 of us vote yes, then they sign what's called the true bill, which means that, we feel like they have probable cause, go ahead and take it to court kind of thing. So, like I said, the hearing of the case is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love that part. The part that I did not love was the fact that, first of all, the last case was supposed to be at 4:30. It was not until almost 5 o'clock because the jurors that is part of the panel that I'm on asked some of the, they say no question is dumb. So they asked some of the weirdest questions. And the reason why they're weird to me, and I understand everybody doesn't have the same level of experience, knowledge, you know, I get that. But it's like, we were literally told what our job is. Our job is to know whether or not they have probable cause. So knowing that, going into that, you should know that certain questions are literally irrelevant. Literally. Like, good example, let's say that somebody, whether it's the defendant or the plaintiff, let's say it lists that the person is elderly. Why are you asking how old the person is? It doesn't matter if they're 70 or 80, they're still elderly. So it's like little things like that that literally gets under my skin. Because why are you asking that? So yeah, that bothered me. It did. But yeah. Let's see. Oh. I just had a connection loss, so yeah. But that wasn't a valid trade anyway. This one was down, up here. That was divergence, although that was actually the first trade that I've missed. The first trade that even set up. Whether or not I would have gotten filled is kind of up in the air. It was like 0.7 seconds from the close of the bar to when it came back to hit the entry, so who knows, but it kind of happened a little too fast. Don't worry, I was not distracted. It just happened a little too fast. But yeah, that was the part that like drove me crazy. If there's certain details you don't need to know. You don't need to know if there was drugs or alcohol involved. It does not matter. You don't need to know the age of anyone. You don't need to know any of that. The only thing you need to ask questions about has to do with like, oh, well, do you have this particular evidence, or what evidence do you have? Like those questions, cool. That's not what was being asked. So because of that, I don't know if I can be there the whole 3 months. Yo, I was mentally exhausted. My brain is mush after going through that experience. Like, and I'm not kidding. So, I don't know. We'll see. I would love to continue the process because, like I said, I really enjoy it. But the questions that are being asked, I don't know if I could take it. I don't know if I could take it. But yes. Good morning, Janelle. Good morning, Trenches. How are you guys this morning? Good morning. Good morning. Not so good for you. Well, another PA thinking I was trading across all accounts, but no bueno, no bueno. When he already hit the bank. Ooh, nice. Nice. I have been seeing people praise not only the approval process this period, but also how fast they're getting the money. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm struggling to keep my PS alive. It's your duty, ma'am. Girl, fuck this duty. With all due respect. I don't care. Cause why? Ugh. It's just. I don't know, y'all. Duty or not, I don't know. But we'll see. We will see. But it was very cool though. Like, why do you have to move so fast now? I would have taken this trade, but I couldn't because we've created a new zone that I didn't draw yet. And anytime we create a new zone and we're touching the old zone, I don't take the trade. Because if we've come back this far to hit the old zone and we've created a new zone there is a possibility for us to change directions and head down for the sell right there. So historically speaking, I mean, it worked out that time, but historically speaking, that trade does not work out. It does not. It does not. Unless there could have been possibly other variables that would make the other trades not work out, but I highly doubt it. But that's a nice wick though. Everything else about the trade I liked. I just don't like that the two zones are overlapping and touching each other, and the entry bar would touch both of them. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. I thought I was on my own chart. But yeah, grand jury, 0 out of 10, would I recommend? No. I would recommend it for the experience. But only if you have a good I mean, I'm obviously, well, I wouldn't say obviously, but I am the youngest person. Out of 12 of us, only 3 are black. But I'm definitely the youngest person. Alright, I don't want to take the first pullback here because my middle half trend finally changed back to an uptrend to match the other two. So we'll just kind of sit and wait. Are those questions based upon the evidence that will be presented in the case? Absolutely. Well, yes and no, because again, certain questions just literally don't matter. If you are asking questions like, if you ask, because sometimes okay, one thing that I've noticed is the female lawyer was way better at, no offense guys, at interviewing the detectives and the police officers. She was very detail oriented. I loved her. And every female police officer or detective or special op, whatever, they were extremely detailed but still short, sweet, and to the point. Like, they told you exactly what you needed to know. What did we see? What did we find? I mean, men, get it together. After the first woman came in, like after we had been through a couple cases, I was like, no, why wasn't everyone like that? And then when the female lawyer came in, I said, oh baby, I like you. But yeah, like, you have a docket where they tell you the docket number, the case number, the defendant name, any victims. They tell you what the charges are. Like, they give you very detailed, well, I wouldn't say very detailed. Like, you don't have the indictment in front of you, but they tell you exactly why that case is there. And then, of course, they come in, hey, we're doing docket number, da-da-da-da-da. The defendant is blah, blah, blah. They are charged with, like, the lawyer will actually read the indictment, and they'll typically tell you at that point what kind of evidence they have. So I don't know, some stuff I'm just like, why are we asking questions? Like, certain things, like, let's say it's a resist arrest or something and a fleeing. You know, even when you see that stuff on TV, most of the time if they catch someone who was fleeing, it's because they either crashed the car, or, you know, they might have put strips out and the car just finally came to an end. You know what I mean? So, like, cases like that is so open and shut. Please shut up so we can go home. Yeah. Let's see. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get into that. I do want to I'm starting to notice certain like patterns with certain things, and I want to see if they work long term. So I'm gonna start recording them this week. So oh, that trade almost set up. Oh, keeps flipping back and forth between a trap and a continuation. All right, well, we pushed down too far. For instance, like this particular divergence I didn't take because with this particular volume pattern of the swings, I don't like there to be a trap in the wick. However, I'm starting to notice certain things, like this was a trap first, so maybe the trap in the wick will start working out, like will work out now that I have noticed that, like with my regular pullbacks, for instance. I don't really trust that. Yeah. With my regular pullbacks, for instance, like depending on the volume pattern of the swings, I can take the trade if the previous reversal bar was a trap, but then other ones I can't. So just kind of now that I started noticing that pattern last week, I'm starting to look into other patterns, like, okay, maybe the problem isn't that it was a trap. Maybe the problem is that if we're going to trap, it needed to attempt to trap here first. So just like certain things like that. But yeah, fuck the experience. Speaking of trials, Diddy's is going to be hell. Baby, all I see is everybody talking about it takes me a year to get through one bottle of baby oil and he had 1,000. What's up with the $50 million to the judge? Baby, what? See, I don't know nothing about that. Good morning, NinjaTrader. Good morning. How are you this morning? Baby, what is that? I don't know nothing about that. 35. I will tell you that while the market is being what the market has been for the last like 2 weeks, there is absolutely no way I'm going to be able to trade, like have enough. By the time I hit my daily profit target or loss, I'm not going to have enough trades to even take like the top step account. So that is why like I have a goal of always trading the Apex Rhythmic PA first. Because like I told you guys, if I end up getting to payout, I'm going to request the max. And then even if I have a little cushion in there, I'm canceling it because I want to focus on payouts at this point now that I don't have to focus so heavily on developing the strategy. And there is no way that I can do that if I'm not able to take every single trade on every single account, especially when the market has not been giving me as many opportunities. Like 10 trades in a session is more normal for like my strategy, but because of the price action that's been happening recently, I'm lucky to get 5. Like I think yesterday was only 4. Today we're at a standstill. So yeah, I don't know. But again, it could be that I have some patterns in there where it's like, oh, we don't trade that, but maybe I need to go back to some of those. Like, no, it actually works. Go back and look. You needed a trap after a trap kind of thing. So we'll see. And then you guys know any day that we're pushing new highs and lows, I'm not going to have a lot of trades. So I like the trending markets, but not if we're just gonna keep pushing highs and lows. That doesn't help me in any way, shape, or form at all. And I still want to figure out how to take these first touches. Like if we wick off of that first touch of a rotation level, it works out so often. If I could just figure out how to trade it, baby, I could literally just take those trades all day. I'm not lying to you. I could say scrap it and just only take that. If I could figure out how to do it, I would literally like put out a strategy video regarding it, because it's so easy. Throw this Renko setting on your chart. This is your stop loss and take profit. Throw this indicator only, which is free, on your chart. When we wick off of that level for the first time, on the opposite side though, so like it's a buy rotation, if we wick for a sell, this is what you're looking for. Take the trade. Boom. Next case. Like, I would literally do that. I'm still planning on finding my old journal so I could see how I was trading 2 to 4 years ago, like in that time span where I was extremely profitable, you know, taking only a trade a day or something like that. Sometimes I wouldn't even do that much. And I'll put a strategy video out regarding that. It was pretty easy. I'm pretty sure I was just doing support and resistance and trend line breaks. But there was like specific things that I was looking for though. So gold is my sneaky link today. Ooh, let me find out. The way that you, with how much you love, oh shoot, no. With how much you love crude oil, I am not surprised that you love gold too, or at least like it enough for it to be a sneaky link, because they are pretty linear, both of them. I was up at 4 a.m. again, sweating like a maniac, but on the treadmill this time. Yeah, you was a maniac. Honestly, if I was to like do something that early in the morning, I probably would just do the treadmill, because it's like, to do all of this, go outside, come back in, like, let me just go downstairs, do what I gotta do, come up, shower, boom, get my day started. Like, are we legit? All right, we got an hour and 15 minutes. Okay. Oh yeah, I did have the one trade that I missed that just happened too fast. I do also need to think I need to specify the counter trend, the regular counter trend divergence that has a double bottom, double top start. I'm pretty sure I need to redefine it to where the volume of the swings have to be sequential, meaning like let's say it was this. Like this swing up needs to be less than this swing down, and this swing down needs to be less than that swing up. I used to have that as a rule, but when I started trading order flow, I took it away. But I'm pretty sure it needs to go back to what it was, because there was a divergence trade that happened earlier that did not fit that pattern that would have lost. But because it happened like right after a huge volume spike, I didn't take it, and I'm glad I didn't. Obviously, it would have lost. But I also noticed that pattern was not there. So I just need to go back and look at all the counter trend divergence I have since starting order flow, and specifically look at the difference between the volume of the swings being sequential and them not. So in the case where they're not, that would mean like this swing up was less than this swing down, but it was more than that last swing up, like that kind of thing. So I'll just have to pay attention to it. Please, market, stop making more highs and lows. I beg of you. I would like to trade. I'd rather be outside, but it was hot this morning. I feel you. Why do I have alerts on in that chat, actually? Let's please turn it off. Mute. So I can't take it. It would also help if I could figure out how to take like just regular pullbacks going back towards new session highs and lows. That would be very helpful, but I haven't figured that out yet. All right, 61. That was after a trap. But I highly doubt that's gonna work, and I think actually it did work. I'm not gonna take it though, because I would have to break even, and I still don't know about that pattern all the way. It would have worked out. So I used to break even, like if I'm taking counter trend divergence here, I would break even at the last flat area because that could cause support there. I don't know if I have to continue doing it. It could just be because of like it could be because of like what my rules were at the time. But that was 2 sales back to back. I think this one happened too fast for me to even see though. Yeah, that was too fast. But yeah, let's see. I would have gotten filled on both though, as you could see. That was the first trade and this was the second one. All right, we're gonna stop for the low impact news. Now this trade here, I literally just finished redefining yesterday. So I just needed to, y'all know how I am, I just need to see it work first. But like I said, there was like a 3-second difference between the close of this last bar up and the close down. Although it would have been pretty easy to trade though. But I literally just had to redefine it. And the reason why is because you can see this is counter trend. I'm trying to get into the sell before like my minor trend actually turns into a sell. And so in order for me to do that, the order flow has to be pretty specific, but it's very easy to remember. So in this case, this previous bar up, the reversal bar up, was a trap. And so I was just looking for the delta of this bar to be more than that one so that we could actually trap. But yeah. So we'll sit out until 9:31 and kind of go from there. But hopefully the rest of the session, trades that I'm comfortable with will set up and we'll go from there. I guess I really could have taken this one. This one, like anytime I have a break even level, if it's this many bars, like that was probably, I don't know, 12, more than that. It's probably like 15 bars before it would have hit that area. So I could have went ahead and chanced it. But yeah, next time I know. I'm not always a fan of like taking trades if I know I'm going to have to break even at a level that appears to be close. Just because price can hit there so fast that you're not able to even hit the break even button and now you just got a loss for no reason kind of thing. So yeah. Glad you're running indoors. It was whack. I feel you. I used to not want to run or walk outside. Like, who wants to do that? But now that I've made it a habit again, I didn't go walking yesterday just because I had to walk multiple blocks from the parking garage to the courthouse. And I was like, you know what? Because some of this is hilly a little bit. And after my brain is mush, I am not going walking when I get home. And I did not. But yeah, it's like walking inside, even though I'm walking for the same 20 minutes, it is so boring. It doesn't matter if I put on a YouTube video, watch a TV show, watch someone's live stream. It does not matter. I don't know what it is. It's so weird. Now, if I had to go to the gym, let's say I lived in an area where I didn't feel comfortable walking outside, yeah, I'm going to walk inside and it's just going to be okay because I'm not going to drive to a gym to walk 20 minutes. But like my travel is going to be longer than 20 minutes. You know what I mean? But aside from that, I'm like, this is so boring. And I used to be the person that would tell my mom, like, you saying that you won't walk on the treadmill inside because it's so boring, da da da. Like, yeah, now I'm that person. I'm that person. I'm going to buy some pepper spray. Yes, please do. Anything for protection. I need to do the same thing while I'm playing. I used to have this alarm thing that my uncle had bought me. And it was like blaring. Like when I tell you, I don't care if you're a dog or a person, you are going to look, you're going to want to leave that person alone. That's how loud, and like it gave me a headache just having it on for like 5 seconds. So, but I don't know where I put it. It's probably on my old keychain actually. Who knows? But you just need something, just something. All right, we could trade again. I'm just waiting on a setup. We had 2 1-bar pullbacks back to back. This is pushing back towards the session. I mean, not the set. Well, the session high and a resistance level, an extended resistance level, which means that we have extended beyond where like the intraday data would typically be and what it was yesterday. Is the music too loud? First of all, can y'all hear it? And if y'all can hear it, tell me if it's too loud or not, because I did turn it up since it's been low, since I turned my voice up. Oh, yeah, that shit loud. That's alarm if you pull the cord out. Yep, that shit's loud. When I went to college, it doesn't work anymore. He's my favorite uncle for that reason, though. It's not too loud? Okay, cool. Yeah, we need to protect ourselves in some way, shape, or form. That was almost what I was looking for, but not quite. There was a trap, but the sellers were still in control of the entry bar. And for right now, I don't take those trades. I wanted the delta to be positive. I could push up too far. I didn't want it to create a double top in the middle right there. All right, we've pushed down too far off of the double top. What is this? Beneficial ownership information. I'll look at it later. All right, that was a break-even trade for whatever well, my follower had already gotten out at break-even, but then the leader did not, so I didn't even want to. I don't know why it didn't. Oh, you want to know something? Probably because it didn't. I probably got filled at a better price on the follower. So I manually broke even, but it would have broke even anyway, because it would have broke even on this bar for me on the leader. Excuse me. And I think I'm gonna like, this trade would have stopped me out and just to go where I wanted it to go. But when I'm taking these early, like I'm trying to get in early, obviously my minor trend is showing a sell and I'm trying to get in before it changes to a buy, which is not the problem. We're going in the direction of the overall trend, but you can see we're underneath the green dotted line, which means we're under my major level, which that can cause some resistance a little bit, even if we do what we just did and pass it. So I've been writing these down, and it looks like it's probably about break even at this point. Like, it works out sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. So I rather go back to what I used to do, where once we get below that level, we don't take the early trends anymore. That's what I'm just gonna do. I really don't want to risk it. Let's see, accounts. And see, days like this really scare me, and this is why I don't like certain rules with Apex. So I think I only have one flip day anyway, but let's say I don't have any more trades for today, right? And I end up with this P&L of $6. They could possibly consider that a flip day, even though I was on the charts, I was attempting to trade. I missed setups genuinely. I sat out of a couple that I wasn't comfortable with just yet, but I was taking the trades. That was an auto break even. I haven't, I can't help with my, well, that was an auto break even. I manually did it, but it's because I heard the auto break even of the other one. But either way, it would have been a break even. Because I only took one trade so far, if this is where I stop, and because my first day was negative 190, my second day was plus 201. Well, technically, my first day was a flip day months ago. The second day was negative 190. The third day was plus 209. They could consider that a flip. And that's why I hope that they change the rules to what the proposed rules are, because this shouldn't count as a flip day for me. It shouldn't. I'm not scheming to count this as a trading day. It's just the price action is not the most ideal for what I'm looking for. And I can't even say that. I'm just sitting out of certain stuff because I'm not comfortable yet with certain ones, and that's literally just it. And I shouldn't be punished for that. I shouldn't. That was almost a trade right there. Would have kind of played off of attaching itself to the change zone, but I'm not going to take this one though. What about my little sister a Glock in December? You want to adopt another sister? I would like to volunteer. How many sisters you got, Trenches? 3 cons on gold, held for 30 minutes. Hey, nice. Are you going to be able to request today? So it said, I'll add my name to the list, Trenches. I'm weak. We started with a higher high here. You guys know I don't trade that pullback. I still just haven't found the volume pattern that I'm looking for, but I need to find it soon because that volume pattern happens a lot. So I gotta kind of figure that out. Shoot, I keep doing that. Which it didn't even set up this time. We created divergence, but there's a lower low in the middle. And the zigzag is already a sell. We don't like those. We want it to be a buy. The question is, are we going to use this change zone as resistance and head down, or are we going to use it as support and attempt to head back up? Kind of having like an immediate rejection here. 5. Oh, my 1 is too much. Should after market close, tomorrow's the last day. I think, yeah, it is. Nice. Congratulations. You got 2 brothers. Oh yeah, it's way too many of you guys. Double top start. I don't like those. I have not found the consistent pattern with them. All right, we got an hour left. That would close right on Okay. $343. Week level. We need more out of that. $42. 41. Can't take that. $714. Don't create a double bottom, please. That almost set up. Almost doesn't count. I was going to get into that sale too. It almost set up. That's not valid anymore. Once the zigzag messes up like that in the swing, no matter what this is, I don't take the trade because it lets me know that the volume pattern isn't consistent anymore in that particular swing. So what is that? 21. Damn. Oh, I didn't see that. What's the high of that? 94.25. It's so weird to see this working out today, where we're touching both zones and the trade is working out, because it does not normally work out. Another thing that I was looking at, that I'm going to continue to look at, is like, this one wouldn't count because we have both zones there, but You guys can see that this outside bar created a buy rotation level, which this touch to the tick, this double bottom, that's not really a double bottom, it's only looking like that because of this zigzag messing up in that bar. But it touched it to the tick. And so normally, obviously, I wouldn't take a sell going back towards buy divergence. But recently, I've been noticing that like this first divergence trade that happens off of the zone, like once this changes from downside pressure to a green line, that is when the last buy rotation level will paint. Okay, so it kind of sucks sometimes because if I was to get into this trade, I wouldn't even know that the buy rotation level was there because it's not painted yet. It doesn't paint until we change right up there, right? But I have noticed in the last week that this trade usually will still work out because that level just painted. So it's like technically this previous bar didn't really react off of it. Like it touched it, yes, but technically it didn't because it wasn't there until we hit up here, if that makes sense. So I'm going to continue monitoring that because I missed quite a few trades last week that all won that set up like that. But I want to make sure that that's a consistent pattern that will win. And it wasn't just like, oh, because the market's been a little choppy or, you know, things like that or whatever. But like I said, I couldn't take it because we got the overlap of the zones, which is very weird. I might have to go back and look at that because you would think that if the levels are overlapping like that, it can be like double the resistance to make the level even stronger for the trade to work out. But like my thought process on why it didn't work out before was because like if this is where we initially attempted to change to a downtrend and we've pulled all the way back up, we're kind of rejecting the downtrend at that point, and now we're touching the level that would change this to an uptrend. So it's kind of like conflicting levels, kind of, because one is technically going to be used for support once we break it, and this one was used as resistance. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to just go back and look at the trades that I did lose when those things happen, because it could just be a pattern that I wasn't paying attention to or something. I don't know. But I like to keep things simple. If they overlap, just don't take the trade. But you guys can see that would have been a pretty good trade though. My pops got kids and my mama got kids. I got you. You're the only one they share. That's like my donor. He has siblings on both sides, and he was actually the baby, and he was the last for each of them. I want to see how this is gonna work out. Watch. I'll take those inside of that zone though. Nope, it would have came one tick from taking profit or moving the stop loss to break even. I'll take trades inside of there anyway, inside of that yellow line. Alright, we've pushed through finally. However, it's an alternate pullback, so no trade. Also a weak well, the weak part doesn't matter. Kind of butt hurt. This would have been a nice trade, but I couldn't take it because of how this bar reacted off of a level up there. It would have came a tick from stopping me out, but it did work out. I should not have taken that nap yesterday. I was up all night, now I'm sleepy. Give me some lemon caper sauce to put on my salmon tonight. That sounds good. Donor will never not make me chuckle. I'm sorry. Well, I could call him Ban. I'm pretty sure you know what that stands for, so I'd rather just call him Donor out of the ounce of respect I will have, because I wouldn't be in this world without the Ban. Would you like me to start calling him Ban? Mr. Ban, that's what we gonna call him. He's now telling anyone that will listen, like people who he has not connected with in years, like I'm talking like years and years, he's telling everyone that his children don't talk to him. But you know what? At least, well, I don't know what the reason is that he's putting behind it, but it used to be that we turned on him, and he's not saying that anymore from what I've heard. The streets are talking, you know? So, at least you're not lying anymore about that part. Because nobody turned on you. The fuck I'm gonna turn on a parent for? You know? And he's also now giving sugar-coated versions as to why. But, you know, at least you're not lying anymore, I guess. Speaking of which, his birthday is in 7 days, and I think I might send him a nice little text message. You know, since he likes to bother me every holiday. I think I would love to bother him on his birthday, but he's not going to be happy about what I got to say. And I'm going to end it with, oh yeah, happy birthday, bruh. My mom was like, I don't know why you can't just be silent. Because I'm not you. Or my sister. My sister has never responded to any of the texts. I only did the one time, I'm pretty sure, where I just went completely off. That was before my birthday, and that's why he had the message of, I still love you, you know, no matter how you may feel about me, you know, it's okay. It's okay. I know. You can't control that, idiot. So, yeah. I am currently perfectly crafting the message, but I don't know if I'm going to send it because I feel like the next time he needs to hear from me is sitting down next year after I've had time to attempt to not be a dick anymore. I'm going to sit down with him and my bonus dad, and we're just going to have us a nice, well, I'm going to consider it nice little conversation. And my best friend was like, you don't think you guys should sit down with a professional? No, because he can lie to a professional. You can't lie to somebody who's known you since I was 2. I'm smart. I think ahead. The nigga's a liar. He's a narcissist. You don't sit down with somebody who does not know him, who can't check him on the shit he lying about. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, it's going to be bruh. And y'all know, I will literally say that shit. There's some other things that I'm going to put in the message, but I can't tell you guys some of that. But yeah, I'm going to start off by saying, like, you know, St. Louis is small. I've definitely been told that you are saying that we don't talk to you anymore. And although you're giving people a very sugar-coated version that's partially lies about why, it's nice to know that you're at least halfway telling the truth, the same truth that you couldn't tell 5 years ago. And then there's going to be a certain part in there that I'm not going to say on camera. Just, yeah. And then, yeah, I'm just going to end it with, oh, yeah, happy birthday, bruh. I'll leave it at that. There's some other stuff that I'm going to say, but, you know. That's what's gonna be the thing. He's turning like 63, I think. Something like that. Sell. Come on, market, please. If we can get like one good trade that's gonna end in a win, I would be very happy. Very happy. Never pissing you off, girl. Look, like, I am such a chill person. Like, I am. The thing is, when it comes to him, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck, because you don't get to spend my whole life torturing me emotionally and mentally, and then think that when I no longer am forced to be tortured, that I'm not going to speak my mind. But aside from like this situation, I am not the person who, like, well, if you piss me off, yes, but like, I'm not the person, like, let's say that we're friends and we fall out or something, and now I'm not the person that's gonna spread your business. I'm not the person that, like, if I'm getting into an argument, which I don't argue with people anyway, like a disagreement, I'm gonna call it a disagreement, I'm not going to like bring up sensitive information. Like, I don't do that. I don't. Now him, I'm gonna say what the fuck, when the fuck, and I don't care. You don't like it, stop messaging me. It's that simple. I only communicate when you do. I don't reach out to you, you reach out to me. So whatever you get, obviously for you, any attention is better than no attention, obviously. So I'm gonna give you the attention that you want, whether it's the way that you want or not, has nothing to do. I don't care. But it's literally just with him. I'm not, yeah. And it's gonna always be that energy forever. What Cardi B say? You got beef with me, you got beef with me forever. Yeah. It's just gonna be that. He's young. Kinda. I mean, I'm 34. I think when I was born, he was 28. 28. He turned 29 like 3 months later. And my mom was 24. Yeah, 24. Yeah. So they were kind of young, but not so much. I guess they were young now if I consider myself, because now I'm going to be an old mama, which I didn't want to do, but, you know, whatever. So seriousness, hate that your relationship is like that with your dad. I miss mine all of the time. He was an awesome person. Aww. Applejacks, I agree. That is beautiful. Like, I literally, I wouldn't say envy or jealous, because it's not really that, but I wish I had a great relationship with him. I mean, according to him, we had a great relationship before everything fell apart 5 years ago. Don't listen to that nigga if he ever tell you that. But, yeah, it just was like never that for me. My sister, yes, until 5 years ago. Like, she had a great relationship with him. But yeah, like, I literally have to tell women all the time, like women who didn't have fathers growing up, like, yo, it may hurt, but you might have to look at it as a blessing in disguise, because you, even though you do hurt because you didn't have your dad there, you could have also had a different level of hurt if he was there. Because physically being there is not, you know, the same thing as like being there, right? So you could still have some of the same daddy issues that you would have if he was not there at all. You get what I'm saying? So thankfully for me, like, my bonus dad, which is somebody who he played recreational softball with since I was 2 years old, I always attached myself to him, like, since I was young, because our personalities mesh a lot better, you know? So there's like certain things that I just don't really miss out on. And also, you know, my grandma has 7 brothers. I wasn't really that close to my mom's brother that much. Like, you know, it wasn't nothing where I call him for advice or anything like that. And still to this day, I don't do that. But I don't have an issue with him. We're just not like super close like that, if that makes sense. And I'm definitely not close to his, my donor's siblings like that. Like, but that's because of him. Like growing up, if we only see your family members during holidays, it's only so many holidays in a year. You know what I'm saying? So if I see you for Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and don't see you again unless it's somebody's birthday, you know, and we're going out to eat or something, well, obviously as an adult, that's just the connection or lack thereof that I have. I'm really close to my mom's sister, like really close to her, but that's really about it. But you know, my grandma, so because my grandma has so many siblings, her youngest sibling is actually the same age as my donor. They actually grew up as best friends. So like when I had a flat tire for the first time ever, like 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And because he's the youngest sibling and he lives close and I knew he was awake, I'm like, hey, I got a flat tire. Can you come help me? It was like 10 something, 11 something at night. And he came right on out the house and helped me, you know? So there's like certain things that like you would want a dad for that I have uncles, great uncles, family friends who will always pick up the slack because I'm a good kid. You know what I mean? Never caused issues ever. So, but there's always going to be that, like, because he was still physically there, right? There's always going to be that, like, you yearn for something, like you miss having a dad, but you don't miss that person being your dad, if that makes sense. So that's something that I do struggle with at times, but fuck him. I don't want him in my life. I'd rather go through the pains of like crying about missing having a dad like once a month, once every 2 weeks or something, rather than deal with the emotional and mental turmoil of allowing him to be back in my space, because that's way worse, trust me. My mom had me at 31. My dad was a few weeks from 37. See, that's going to be me now because I'm old. I told you guys before, my mother's grandparents were the same age as my donor's parents. So because I wasn't able to enjoy his parents as long as I've been able to enjoy my mom's parents, meaning my nana died when I was 10, my papa died when I was 19, my grandfather on my mom's side died when I was 25, my grandmother is still living at 34. So I always had that thought process of like, I don't want to be an older parent because like I want to be able to enjoy my kids. I want to be able to enjoy my grandkids, you know, that kind of thing. So now I'm like at the age where, is it even worth it? I don't know. I don't know. Is this, oh, that's a super low level. We don't need that one. This is still something I'm struggling with, whether I take those or not. So I'm gonna make sure it looks like I wouldn't have gotten filled. Oh no, I would have gotten filled. I've been struggling with whether or not I take those, but you see, I wouldn't have gotten filled until one tick before the break even. So we would have gotten filled and just immediately took profit. But this is the trade where I'm still testing or following to make sure it works long term. Again, we had the rejection off of the change zone, but what I've somewhat noticed is, and give me a second because I want to make sure I don't miss this if it sets up 81. would have to be a trap. All right, we pushed through. We rejected off of the zone, but we didn't reject off of the top of it, which is good. We rejected off the bottom, which is what I like. And because we are above my major level, I want the rejection to happen before we hit the new change zone. So everything's set up for this trade perfectly. But like I said, I just started really tracking it again, because before I wouldn't take those trades at all. Like once we are trading inside of the rejection zone, I just don't trade at all. But I'm quite sure that every trade that I have recorded that has happened that way from all last week, and I think it might have happened one time this week, they've all won. So I think I feel comfortable now taking it. Long as we reject off of the outside of the zone, not the inside, I should be clear to take the trades. I'm just annoyed because today was kind of like full of setups that I'm not all the way comfortable with just yet. And the only reason is because some of those rules I had to like make little minor adjustments to in the last couple of days, like two days or so. So that part sucks, but I'm almost there. I at least feel comfortable enough trading the PAs. That's fine. But once I gather enough data for some of the setups that I don't have enough of, I'll feel more confident and comfortable taking the trades. And it's always little small variables like this. Like, well, we touched the old zone, so is it really safe? Well, yeah, it is, as long as we don't hit the new one. So it's like I'm not really questioning the volume patterns, where the POC is, what I'm looking for. Am I looking for a trap or a continuation as far as order flow goes? That's not my problem right now. My problem is other stuff like that counter trend divergence earlier. Well, at some point during that swing down, we were going to hit the last flat area. I used to always break even there. Do I actually have to break even there, or am I cool now because I've fixed what order flow pattern I'm looking for on entry? So it's like little small things like that. And because those kind of things don't set up that often, it's hard. Like I have to continue collecting enough data so that I have like everything solidified or whatever. Good morning, Bill. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. You'll always be there for me. Let me tell you something. I tell my village all the time, like I am so thankful for them, whether it's my couple of family members, whether it's my mom, my grandma, my auntie. Those are the three that I talk to the most. My bonus dad, my best friends. Thankfully, I have enough of them to where I don't have to bombard just one or two of them with my issues. But they know, like, I don't come to them unless I'm like having breakdowns. You know what I mean? Like, once it gets to the point where I'm having a breakdown, I got to talk to somebody. I have to. And usually, you know, like I told my mom, usually it's a relief initially, right? But there's a certain level of relief I'm never going to have until the things that I want to say and I literally need to say, until I say it to him. I could talk to you all day, every day about it. It ain't gonna matter. It's not gonna matter at all. I got 3 months to get my shit together. I mean, what would Kobe do, Mo? Yeah, why 3 months? What you got going on? You got another baby on the way? Not Applejacks, Trenches. Do you have a girl 6 months pregnant at the moment? You have something you need to tell us? Or is it because you have a goal at the new year? Look, Applejack, see, I told you, we are one, girl. I mean, but it is September, so maybe he has certain goals that he wants to start working towards in the new year. Could be. Or he got a baby on the way. One of the two. Not looking back, I feel that. All right. Now that we are kind of out of this being near zones and stuff, I should be able to trade. We gonna see. We gonna see. Hopefully we can get a nice pullback. We don't have a resistance level, or the resistance in session high is up at like 156 and 158.50. So if we can get a pullback before then, that would be very nice. Very nice. So we'll see. And based on the pattern of this first swing down, this pullback cannot be a trap. It has to be a continuation. It has to be a continuation. And by continuation, I mean the buyers have to be in control of the POC in my entry buy. I just had to get out of my trade for that shit. Listen. By the new year, I'm trying to start getting payouts every month. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I love it. I love it. I want to, okay, so I possibly, depending on how things go, I'm probably going to want to do like a vision board type of live. Oh, that ain't going to happen. Well, the trade I was looking at is not going to happen. There was too much delta in that bar. It was 110 delta in that reversal bar down. So whatever happens going up is not going to work. But yeah, I want to do like a vision board party, but I'm not one of those people who like gets magazines, cut stuff out. Like I would rather do like a digital one, like do it on Canva. I mean, if people want to do it on their actual board, that's fine. But I used to have like, I had this, and don't judge me, because as you can see, it says 2023 because I never did one for 2024. But you see 2023. So I just had different goals. And I would like to do something like this again, where I make one for like, I want to put one as the background for my computer, and then I want one for my phone. So every time I unlock my phone, I just keep my goals right there in front of me, kind of thing. And I just did it on Canva real quick. I just thought about certain things, and I just, And yeah, we're 9 months into the new year, and I never changed it because most of those goals are pretty much the same, honestly. Aside from the fact that one of the goals was to grow my other YouTube channel, which I abandoned that years ago, guys. I told y'all. And I still get comments on it every week. Somebody just commented on one of my psych nursing videos yesterday, I think it was. And then I had some goals as far as like my credit repair business. But aside from that, most of the other stuff still there. Like I have a thing that says slow down and enjoy life, which is something that I have been needing to do literally my whole life. I've just been going, and being very goal oriented is a good thing, and it's a blessing in disguise. But it's also like a catch-22 because sometimes you're so goal oriented, you're reaching so many goals, but you still have 20 left. So you're not even stopping to smell the roses and enjoy where you are in the moment. You're just thinking about the next 20 goals that you have. So that was something that I put on there. I have another thing that says peace of mind. And then I had a certificate for passing 100K account, which obviously that's real old because we don't even like those. And then I created one that showed like that I would make $10,000 a month with trading. Then I have an airplane on there for traveling because I wanted to start getting back into traveling, which I did take quite a few trips last year. Then I don't know what the hell. What was that? Oh, that was just trading related. I had a girl that was like taking notes, and I put like a trading chart on top of her just to show like I wanted to focus on trading last year, which I did a little bit, not much. I didn't really start focusing on it till I started the YouTube channel in December. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Then I had like a couple up in the right hand corner because last year I had a thought process of wanting love. I was in a relationship, but you know, towards the end of the year I was. And that came to an end. But I want to do something like that again. I just missed the big win. I'm not even doing nothing to have a baby. That man focused and is. Don't play with him. Wait, you trying, new trader? Hold on. Are you trying or are you actively practicing? See, that's different. You can practice, but you're trying like you're trying. Every time I do a vision board, I end up disappointed. You know what, Apple Jacks? That is why I normally don't do them. Because like there are some people who can look like, oh, I had a vision board and I didn't accomplish any of those goals. It's fine. Let's do another one. No, I'll be like, okay, out of 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, out of 9 things, I accomplished 2. I slowed down and enjoyed life, which, okay, and I traveled a little bit. So I'm a failure. That's how I look at it. That is how I look at it. So I feel you. I end up disappointed and feeling like a failure. And that's been something that I've had to work on my entire adult life, and I still have not fixed it. I can literally have 20 goals in front of me. And let's say I accomplished 19, but that 20th one was like the most important one, like mastering trading or something. So let's say I got mastering trading or, you know, finalizing my strategy or developing a profitable strategy. Let's say that's goal number 1 and that's the most important goal. But I had 19 other goals and I reached all 19. I'm going to still feel like a failure because the most important goal to me, I did not reach. That is a flaw I have. Oh, you talking about getting Apple Jacks? I wasn't thinking that either. I thought he was saying I'm trying like a motherfucker to get somebody pregnant. I'm weak. Absolutely. You are a new trader. All of us are. Let me tell you something. I feel like the accountability community that we're building here is something amazing. And that's why I am going to make a Discord channel, even though I said I didn't want to. I am. What is your goal, Bill? I know that's why you're not right with the guys right now. You're being punished for your thought process. Last thing I accomplished on my vision board was I wrote down my beliefs about life as my own Bible. Everything else was a dud. But was that your most important one, though? Bill's goal is to marry Keamber. Well, baby, good luck. Y'all heard that man on the stream the other day. Good luck, Bill. You got a lot to get through. He told y'all he was second to none on phone on the guys and everything else, on everybody. He already told me that because I'm going to visit pretty soon, and he was like, I'm crashing your stream. I said, oh gosh. Hopefully YouTube doesn't kick me off when you do. Let me tell y'all something about my granny. The other day my granny was like, girl, you getting skinny? And I said, girl, yeah, I'm trying to catch a man. I was lying, obviously. I was on the phone with him. I just wanted to hear his reaction. And my granny was like, oh, I thought it was because you're going to be ready to fit in a wedding dress soon. Girl, what? No, ma'am. You're doing too much, lady. That's what it's when the church is. Listen, Chicago men are a trip. They are. I love them, though. One of my exes was from Chicago, and he spoke the same exact way both of them did. He definitely did. But I'm not going to lie. That was probably one of, like, if he had his stuff together, and as much as I was trying to work through that, like, when I was younger, I was cool with certain things because, like, I can't help it if I can't blame you or hold it against you if you didn't have the same, like, start to life that I did, because I had a 2-parent household, and, you know, there were just certain things that I am grateful that I had that I did not have to, like, worry about. Now at 34, no, not so much. But me and him were together, like, probably, it was probably like 7 years ago. So, you know, once I got to a certain age, I'm like, okay, now, certain things I could deal with, certain things I cannot. But aside from, like, that little bit that I just could not deal with, that was probably one of my better relationships. I didn't have to worry about, like, it was just a lot of stuff that I just didn't have to worry about. However, I will tell you that at the time, there were certain things that I did not appreciate because of how jacked up my mind was, because of the type of donor I had, right? So, like, I'll give you a good example. My sister, I tell anybody, my sister, because of the relationship that she had with him, she's very, like, she loves romance. She's saved 3,000 wedding dresses in her lifetime of what she wanted. She believes in, like, love at first sight and true love and, like, all of these, like, lovey-dovey things, right? Me, not so much. 51. Hold on, y'all. Oh, didn't work out. Not enough delta. Me, not so much. Like, my sisters always wanted to be married. I never did. Just give me a kid. I don't want the man around. Leave us alone. You could be uncle. You could even be dad if you want, but I don't want you. And so, like, in that relationship, he was somebody who was very loving, he loved my dirty draws. I never had to even question anything as far as, like, his love for me, anything like that. However, the few relationships that I was in where people were, like, super, like, lovey-dovey and wanted to be up under me and just, like, showed affection and things like that, like, my mindset was, like, are you trying to trick me into something? Like, is there something else going on I should know about? Like, that was my thought process, because I didn't have that growing up. You know what I'm saying? From my mom, yeah, but from a man, no. Well, my bonus dad, yes. But, like, that legit was my thought process. It's very toxic, but that was my thought process. Like, you're trying to get over on me, or you're trying to trick me, or, like, how long can you keep this up? You have to be acting. That was my thought process. It's very toxic. But that's just the truth. My sneaky link is crazy. No, I'm not playing on you. My two brothers not with the shits. I didn't allow them. That's what I'm talking about, Trenches. That's how he was too. He didn't allow his little brother to be that way. Not we'll make a love story. Bill, my man is gonna find you, honey. He was like, I don't like how you telling them I'm your best friend. I said, but have you not been my best friend for the last 12 years? I'm so confused. Just because we're dating doesn't take away the fact that you're my best friend. I'm so confused, but it's okay. I just play into it because he's a little bird. He ain't crazy in real life. I just call him a cuckoo bird. No, I don't want the rotation over the buy rotation level. Oh, it doesn't matter. We turned into seller's volume anyway. I'm really not going to get another trade, and that's your fault. See, now we sit here, and it's like, if I have another trade in the next 15 minutes, do I take it? Do I risk not just ending break even for the day? Because if I end up on a loss, y'all know I'm going to want to punch my monitor because I've sat out of so much today. Overthought so much today, you know? We'll see. He sound crazy in real life. He's not. He's not. He just one of those people. He kind of like me. Like, he could be, well, okay. If you somebody that he really, like, he's a very loyal person. And, like, if you're just somebody that he's just, like, he don't see a future with you, like, anything like that, he's not going to be super lovey-dovey. But he's very upfront about that. Like, and, you know, most women will, oh, I'm going to try to change him. I'm going to try to change his mind. Oh, good luck. Not with that one. But, hold on, 71. I knew that was gonna happen. But just like as a person, if he loves you, he loves you. Okay, he love your dirty draws, and it takes a lot for him to change that. And that's why that's my man's. He gonna find Bill? Yes, he is. He gonna find Bill. I promise you, if like the day before, like let's say that I'm out visiting him and it's like a day where he's off the next day and I know he's gonna be awake while I'm streaming, I'm gonna tell him what Bill said and he gonna get on the he gonna get in the camera on the mic and like, so where is Bill at? Uh-huh. He's a troll. He is a troll. Oh, fuck. Why didn't you do that? Alright, lock that. Journaling is going to be an MF for today. But at least I didn't make any mistakes. If I can just like eliminate some of the mistakes that I make, oh, baby, we'll be good. Because as long as the strategy is doing what it's supposed to do, even if I only take 1 or 2 trades, even if I'm not like A+ execution, it's usually the mistakes that causes me losses. So keeping those to a minimum while working on my execution is what's really the most important, honestly. This one wouldn't. Shit. This one is invalid right now, this buy. I want to see if it works out because I might finally be able to make the change for that. But anyway, you can see like this is the early trades I was talking about, but you see how we're above my major level instead of below it. But I want to see if it'll end up working out. I don't know. We rotated over my middle level, which right now is a don't trade, but it still worked out. So I think I want to go back. I've already had plans of going back and looking at that anyway, so I'm going to, because I feel like as long as it's this kind of setup, it's fine. Make sure we're going in the direction of the trend and we're above the major level, and it should work out just fine. I think the problem comes when I'm completely counter trend, or if we're trying to do it below this level. So I don't know, but I definitely wasn't chancing that one. And then I still don't know if I have to freaking break even at the buy rotation level. I don't think so. Like, I didn't used to have to do that. I didn't. Let me see. Can't take that. We be closing right before that yellow line where we will have to break even. So that wouldn't work. Imagine you work for a pharmaceutical company and you go outside with packs of cigarettes. You know what? With 2 packs of cigarettes. I don't understand anyone who smokes in this day and age. Like back in the day when there were no, like, there was not a lot of knowledge, education, commercials about stuff like this. Cool. But in this day and age, like, and I get it's an addiction. It's hard to stop something that you're addicted to. But man, I don't understand how anybody does it anymore. And the smell, like, why do you want that smell on your breath and your clothes? Like, it doesn't matter if you try to air it out. I could still smell it on you. And the number of kids who have, even if you have, okay, I don't know if people know this, but you can have kids that have lung issues and things like that, even if you are someone who smokes outside. That should tell you how bad it is. 126. Why do we keep... Damn, I was hoping that we trapped right there, but still kind of have the opportunity to, but the PLC would have to be above 136.25. 26. And right now it's below it, and that's not gonna end up working out. Nope. I was trying. That sale is pointless. We would have to break even there. But yeah. Like, I've walked into, when I used to do real estate when I was younger, I've walked into houses where the person has already moved out and like it's an as-is sale. And you could see that the person was a smoker because you could see, like, there's a picture. You could see the outline of where a picture used to be. And where the picture was, behind the picture, the wall is perfectly white or whatever color. And then everything around it has like this like brown tint to it. If it's doing that to your walls, like, imagine if I'm always smoking over there in the corner, but my walls over here are like that, what do you think is happening inside of your body? I think I've told you guys before that I used to, like, in the network marketing company that I used to be a founder of, we had partnered with this company called Sprayology, and it was a homeopathic company that had natural products, and they had all kind of things like one that kind of like was a detox. They had like multivitamins and literally Sprayology. It was a liquid that you spray underneath your tongue. They had like one for pain, all kinds of stuff. And there was a lady who took the detox one and called the owner to say that she'd been taking it and she smells like smoke. And the owner said, well, did you used to smoke? She said, yeah, but I stopped. I think she said like 10 years ago. It was somewhere like over 5 to 7 years. Like, it was over that. And she was like, well, that's why your body's detoxing and getting the nicotine out of your body. You would think that because she stopped so long ago, that her body would naturally get rid of all of that, but it didn't. That's insane. But people legit just don't think about stuff like that. Had a trashy childhood friend who smoked throughout her... I can't stand that. I cannot. Like, and that's with anything, whether it's smoking cigarettes, weed, doing any kind of drugs. Like, if you know that whatever addiction you have, drinking alcohol, whatever, if you know that you are not stronger than your addiction, which 99% of people are not, get on birth control, please. Most places you can go get it for practically nothing. You know, if you are someone who doesn't have the financial capacity to pay for, but even then it's not expensive. Just get on birth control. Because no way. Speaking of crazy, I was talking to this dude for like 2 weeks. He went on a rant, tried to argue about women cheating on men who work a lot. He was heated. Girl, I know you was like, yeah, that's it for me. Wait, what was that? 85. That's not gonna work. All right, we're done. We're done for the day. It has come to an end. Just break even. Took the one freaking trade. That was it. Gonna journal so I feel more comfortable with other things. But I'm not bothered. Now that I'm in PA, I'm not going to be as bothered when I sit out of so many trades. Actually, I will. Just not today. Just not today. So that's where we're at. We do have full drawdown on the PA, which is nice. Almost back to full drawdown on the eval, which is cool. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you guys saw my community post, but I actually hit my daily goal on Tuesday by accident. It was something completely out of my control. So that's why it's back above 25,000. So I'm in the green overall. But basically what happened was, you guys know, like on the stream, I had disconnected from the Apex Rhythmic so I could connect to the Top Step Rhythmic so I can attempt to take the trades. And remember, I had the one counter trend divergence trade where my entry was there, but I had no stop loss to take profit. So I had to get out of it manually. Well, at 11 o'clock when I got off of the stream, I logged out of my Tradeovate account, this one. I logged out of this one on NinjaTrader so that I can log into Tradeovate online so I could see if that trade actually took, because it was showing in the log. But there are times where NinjaTrader will show that you're in a trade and you're really not. And because the trade happened so fast, I didn't even see it in the orders tab. So I was like, all right, I am in the trade. Let's get out of it. Cool. So I'm in Tradeovate online. I look at the orders. I see that it actually took. So, all right, cool. So I spent that time like doing all of my journaling. Fine. At that point, once I was done journaling, I logged out of the Top Step Rhythmic so that I can log back into the Apex Rhythmic. Literally only for the sole purpose of going into the trade performance to make sure that I recorded the trades properly, because I remember that there was a trade where on the Tradeovate account it broke even, but on the PA, the Rhythmic PA, it actually took profit, and so on and so forth. So as soon as I log back in, I hear order filled. Whoa. Now, me and Trenches had already been talking. He was like, yo, look, he basically told me that price had broke that level he was talking about. He was like, look at that dump. So I was already seeing that we were 100 points below where price was when I last, took a trade. So I'm like, order filled. There's no way I have an order because price wasn't even down there like the last time I took a trade. So there's no way I had a pending order. So I look and I'm like, oh shit, I really am in a trade. So, as I went to go flatten, because I had the orders tab open, as I went to go flatten, I hear target field or something. I forget if it was target field or something else. So I basically was saved, thank you, Joel, by the daily goal on this risk manager, because I actually was put into 2 contracts. One of them, when I flattened, lost like almost $19. The other one gained like $56 or something like that. So it was a a profit of like $37. And when I got off the stream, I was up like 172, if I'm not mistaken. So that extra $37 is what made the daily goal hit, which I am 100% grateful for, because those two orders were not the only two orders that was attempting to be executed. Okay. When I tell you guys, if you look at this, this is where the reconnect happened on Tradeovate. And this is what I'm confused about, because y'all know my Rhythmic account is my follower. And the leader didn't take anything. Okay. And I'm pretty sure the copier was off. I'm not completely certain. But either way, you can see the connection. I reconnected to Tradeovate. And that is what sent y'all see all these orders? All of these orders in within 1 second. This is the same second that all of this got pushed through to my Rhythmic account. Now, one of the mods, the Mad Catter, there's been a couple of times where he has disconnected from Rhythmic and reconnected. He said that he thinks it's a problem with the Rhythmic connection, like coding in NinjaTrader. But there was a couple of times where when he looked, there was, he said it wasn't orders. I feel like he said it was executions. Like he actually just got put into a loop of like hundreds of executions back to back to back, like just looping. And it was actually taking the trades on his account. So I really honestly feel like the only reason I was saved was legit because of the daily goal thingy kind of stopping it. The only thing I could possibly think of is the fact that I do have an auto close position setting, which I've turned off now in NinjaTrader. But it's not that, because like when you think about like when people were in what they called ghost orders back then, and they clicked flatten, it would send them into a loop because they weren't actually in a trade. Okay. So they would get put into a trade. And if they had hit that button too many times, they hit the close button, not flatten, it would literally put them into a loop. So my thought process initially was, okay, well, I have an auto close position thing that automatically closes positions at 10:45 or 10:46, one of the two. So maybe when I reconnected, because it flattened and I'm not in a trade, it put me into a trade. But if that's the case, why was I only put on my Rhythmic account and not the Tradeovate account? Because that setting is global. It's across everything. I wasn't put in my personal account. It was literally only that account. I wasn't even, well, I couldn't have been put in a Top Step account because I wasn't connected. So I literally don't know what happened. But from now on, I'm making it my business to, after I'm done trading, go into Rhythmic and click the enable liquidating orders thing, so that if that ever happens again, I do not have to worry about that, because that was scary. Like I could have legit lost. I could have hit the daily loss after I just had a great day. So yeah. Say cool, more reason ever. Apex discount is the same. Yes. Should be 80% off, 1 day pass, $85 lifetime with $35 resets. I'm pretty sure, because I looked at it like 2 days ago. So yeah, it should be the same. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Sorry I didn't take more trades. I just wasn't comfortable. Probably taking yesterday off didn't help, and that's why we're probably gonna stop trade duty. But yeah, but I thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day and happy trading for the rest of the day. Bye guys.